Hello, fellow jokers. Good, whatever time you've got. No, I did not forget about you. Real quick, I got a 19-month-old toddler and I'm 6 months pregnant. So I am doing my best. I promise. I am doing my best. I'm gonna try to do better than the best I've been doing so far, but I'm doing my best. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. Of course, we are here to talk about this iconic live because that's what it was. It was iconic. So much happened. So much happened. And brace yourself because this is going to be a long ass video because we are digging in. We are getting into it, okay? Before I continue, I'm gonna be using, of course, weavers tabs and stuff like that. But I personally, when I watch this live, I use this YouTube channel. I always watch the lives using this YouTube channel. They are Jikook, Korean. So they normally do Jikook lives. I would highly recommend watching her instead of weavers, to be honest. Like, we've all seen the automatic translations on weavers and how garbage they can be. So if you want to know the most accurate translations, including Korean nuance, because we know it's a complicated language, so she normally she writes the subtitle and then in the bottom she tries to explain, like, tries to make us understand more from a Korean perspective. So I highly recommend this channel. So, moment number one, we have to talk about it and get it out of the way because I cannot believe that it happened. I cannot believe that Jimin said that this took place, because Jimin, what the hell, my guy? What were you thinking?
씻으니까 좀 나른한가. 자는 영상 많이 찍으셨잖아요, 보통 평소에. 라이브가 잠드시고. 제가 봤는데 이 흰색 침대에서 회사에서 그러지 말래요. 왠지 알아요? 정국 씨 배터리 나가요. 정국 씨 핸드폰 배터리 소중하다니까. 이 소중이가 살아있다 아닙니까? 예? 나갔다 오세요. 아니요, 죄송합니다. 나갔다 오세요. 예. 렌트가 나 왜 이러지? 네. 바로 사과 영상. 죄송합니다. 너무 들떴다. 죄송합니다. 이게 너무 오랜만이라 입이 꼬인 거지. 네. 그러니까 그런 의도가 아니야.
Obviously, they are talking about this live, and then Jimmy is like apologizing, saying, "I did not mean to say that." Yes, you did. You meant to say that. You just didn't mean for us to hear it. You didn't mean to say it in front of us, but you meant to say that. Okay, before I give my opinions, let us hear from Jikook. We all know this YouTube channel. If you don't know, you probably should.
Because your phone battery is precious, precious. And here is something that I need to explain further. 소중이가 살아있다 아닙니까? The precious thing is alive, isn't it? And then he looks surprised, shocked. Same with Jungkook. Yeah? Excuse me? Please step out. And Jimin immediately apologized. I'm sorry. Alright, so this is what it is. 소중이. I cannot believe that I'm explaining this in English. So it's a Korean slang term that cutely refers to the genitals. Usually male genitals, literally meaning precious thing or precious one. 소중하다 means precious. And I looked it up, like Wikipedia, like Korean Wikipedia, Namowiki, and I guess apparently it was originally used in female online communities, but it later spread to male communities and became a running gag. So what's wrong with me? What's wrong with the stuff I'm saying right now? Jimin says. Cue the apology video. 죄송합니다. I'm sorry. I got too excited.
너무 오랜만이라 입이 꼬인 거지.
It's been just so long since we did this, and your mouth is just all twisted now, right?
그러니까 그런 의도가 아니고.
I didn't mean it that way.
Yes, you did, Jimin. You meant it exactly like that. Okay, guys, that's Hype Boy from YouTube, and he's not a KD cooker. He's not a shipper. He's just an OT7 army. He's like really cool. So if you want to follow him, you can. He's just explaining like what they were talking about, and that's it. But of course, me is Cook Me Now is a Jikooker. I'm gonna take that and dissect it, because Jimin is talking about JK's precious thing, and he's basically saying JK should not fall asleep on live because his precious thing is still very alive, right? And you know what that means? Like, he's basically saying JK should not do that because you could get an erection on live and we finna see it, right? So he's talking about JK's erection, and he think he's precious. And look, listen to me. It doesn't matter whatever way you look at it. Jimin would not have talked about any other member's penis. I'm sorry. You think about it. You sit there and tell me that you can see Jimin talking about RM's dick on live. You sit there and tell me that you can see Jimin talking about J-Hope's precious dick on live. Can you see that? Can you see it? No. But can you see him talking about JK's dick? Yes. Yes, you can. And not just because he said it, but because that is something I would expect from them, to be honest. There Jimin is talking about JK's precious dick, like, he would know. Of course he would know. This man is very familiar with the Jankonda. He is very familiar. Like, have you forgotten? I can jog your memory. So, we Jikookers have not forgotten what happened on Bon Voyage Season 1. Other people may forget, but we Jikookers will never forget. Jimin is very, very familiar with the Jankonda. Very familiar with JK's precious thing. Look at that. Look at that. My guy. Listen, Jimin is not just like glancing at JK's crotch. Like, he's not just glancing or looking or whatever. He's checking him out. If I look at you like this, I'm just looking at you. But if I do this, like, I'm checking you out. Like, I got interest in my focus. Whatever I'm focusing on, I got interest in it. And not just any interest, but sexual interest. Jimin is looking at the Jankonda, and he's thinking, he's having thoughts. He's having thoughts about that particular part, about that particular body part, that particular JK's body part. Like, there's no other way to look at that video. There's no other way to interpret it except that. All right? Jimin is very familiar with JK's precious battery. Now, let's not sit here and pretend that, we are not familiar with the Don't Look Down challenge, and it's not something that armies do when it comes to, the members. And we all know that all of them are blessed. Most especially JK. Like, if you don't know this, I don't know how you don't. Like, bless your innocent soul. Honestly, bless your innocent soul. And guys, that man right there is just on practice, no underwear for whatever reason, but most importantly, he's flaccid. So of course Jimin will say don't fall asleep on live, because if he goes then what? If he looks like that and he's not even half broke, what happens when he falls asleep and he goes what happens? So Jimin knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's saying. He knows like his man is packing for all of Bangtan. He knows JK is carrying for all of them. So JK should not be falling asleep on live, innit? Right? Anyway, this was a very crazy thing for Jimin to say. And I can't even believe, like, obviously he got carried away. He didn't want to say that on live. It's not something that he would have ever. But, you know, they do tend to forget that they're on live a lot of the time. Like, we always make jokes about how they third wheel army and stuff like that. It's because when they are together, they tend to forget that other people are watching. So I'm not surprised that Jimin slipped up and said that. Yeah, it's it's funny, but at the same time, it is something he would not have said about another member or anybody else for that matter. So tell me Jikook is real without telling me Jikook is real. Well, before I continue, I just want to quickly just mention that they were talking about V, and then Jimin was like, well, JK was like, that young? Well, yeah. And Jimin completed the sentence by saying he's the best, really the best. He's talking about V here when he's saying that V is the best. He's really the best. Then he proceeded to read a comment. I am so happy for you. Embrace your happiness. I will support you. First of all, this was so nice for the army who said this. Embrace your happiness. I am going to support you. Obviously, it's a, you know, KG Kuka could be saying supporting their relationship, supporting them together, or just supporting Jimin and Jungkook individually. Anyway, so either way, it was a really nice comment. So after reading this comment, Jimin, and this is the most important part that I want you guys to listen. He said, these days, like, I don't really have a lot of negative thoughts in my mind. Then JK said, that's good that you don't have negative thoughts. And then Jimin said, anyway, that's how it is. So the point I'm trying to make is first of all, I believe Jimin when he said that he is not having any negative thoughts. He's not entertaining any negative thoughts. Because I've always made the point that a lot of Jikookers and a lot of Jimin solos and a lot of Jimin biased Jikookers, they care more about the aunties than Jimin does. And that's a fact. At the end of the day, that is a fact. We're here on the ground, we see everything, and that's why it's easy for it to get to us. He, I believe, is one of the members who doesn't even check online, he doesn't monitor and stuff like that. So even if some of the hate gets to him, it's not as much as what we see. But even at the same time, whatever gets to him, he's not bothered by it. He does not care about it. That's all Set Me Free was all about. I've said this many times. So, which is why I normally say for people to stop letting trash cookers affect them as much as they do. He also mentioned, he was like, you know, V is the best. And Jimin is not lying, you know, like, you know, Jimin, they love each other. Whatever their relationship may be, they love and care about each other. Whatever Taekook's relationship may be, they love and care about each other. So even if you look at certain V's behavior and you disapprove of what he does and says, that's well and good. But it is not your place to say that he should not be doing this with JK or he should not be doing this to Jimin because Jimin's going to get a lot of hate. Jimin does not care about that hate. And I don't think that we're in any place to like tell the members how they should behave just because some people are going to get angry because they decided to be the Lulu and sheep Taekook. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid. So this is why last time when I posted my video, I did not address the whole thing about V sitting on JK's lap. By the way, he wasn't even on his lap. But that does not, it didn't even matter. Because BTS have been sitting on each other's laps for years. But that aside, even if he was, so freaking what? It doesn't matter. If you are a proper Jikooker, there are just some things that should not bother you. Oh, JK has been quiet, he's not coming online. So what? You start analyzing, oh, it's because the reporter said, oh, is this. Like, that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. If all you have to do as a Jikooker is they go silent, they don't go silent. If they give us content, okay, yes, we enjoy. If they're quiet, then we sit down, shut up, enjoy old moments, and wait for them to come back. That's it. There's no need to have all this drama. There's no need to be insecure. There's no need to listen especially to trash cookers. All right? So just to keep it short, Jimin said on this live, he does not entertain negative thoughts. He's not bothered. And he says V is the best. So women are good, Jikook are good. If you're a true ARMY, you should just be happy that members are getting along and they're happy. You should not be bothered by what some people who are, by the way, shipping the weakest people on BTS. I don't know why you would let them bother you. Anyway, back to the video. So they were listening to this song, and JK was like, oh yeah, because Jimin said, you know, he loves the song, and JK was like, yeah, you always humming this song even when you're by yourself. So my thing is, why would JK know that Jimin is always humming this song when he's by himself? That means that he's there. Otherwise, how would he know? That means that he's there when Jimin is humming the song. Then Jimin proceeded to say, even when you're driving, I'll be next to you and I always turn it on. Even when JK is driving, Jimin will play this song in the car. And it's a present continuous sentence. When you're driving, it's not like even when you drove that one time, I played the song. Or, you know, it wasn't a single occurrence. It seems like it's something that occurs all the time because they're always driving together. They're always going places together. So I took this moment because just further proof that they spend a lot of time together. Something also I found quite cute, and you know, it was worth noting that this person pointed out, you know, the way they named their live just reminded you a lot of Are You Sure? Like, they really do care so much about that show. It's a shame that Ami refused to vote for it because whatever, we all knew if it was any other duo they would have, but whatever, we're not gonna talk about that. Just I thought this was really nice and cute. Next we're gonna talk about the discipline clip because all right.
우리 곡 정해지잖아. 네. 그러면 스파할까? 안녕하세요. 징계받고 싶어. 따뜻하네요. 징계받고 싶어. 여기서 징계받은 뭐? 여기 어떻게 징계줄 건데? 에이. 짜고 싶어? 아이. 너 내가 어떻게 알았어? 악수해봐. 악수해봐. 그렇지. 그렇지. 얘가
Another different translation of what JK said. If I get disciplined here, what's gonna happen? How's Hyun gonna discipline me? Like, this is giving a lot away, right? Like, okay, first of all, JK Jimin is like, do you want me to discipline you? And JK seems to be liking that idea. Like, look at his face. Like, he seems to be very down for the idea. And, you know, deja vu, arrest me. So, you know, clearly JK loves to be punished. But also, it's also telling how JK says, if you punish me here, how are you going to do it? Clearly, the way JK gets punished by Jimin is not for everyone's eyes to see. Like, there's a way Jimin punishes him that, you know, is strictly for the bedroom. So there's not much Jimin can do now in public when they're live. So that was very telling, my guy. Because why say that? Why say, how are you going to punish me here? Like, where else does he punish you? And how does he do it when you're not live? Bro, that was crazy. That was crazy. Then there was this part. Okay, there's the way Jimin was looking at JK. And then there's this part where it looks like JK pulls Jimin's leg onto his lap, right? And then he looks at it. And the fact that they're not saying anything also was like, oh boy. I just look at his face. Oh my goodness. I don't know, guys. That also stood out a lot to me. Like nobody was saying anything at that time. It's just the faces. It's just the faces though. Like, okay. Also, can I just say that was quite further into the live, and aunties were using that clip to shit on Jimin just because he tried to, you know, he put his foot on JK's face. Like, So you went and watched Jikook live, watched over an hour of it to find that? Like, these people are obsessed with, like, they hate Jikook, but they're obsessed. For you to have found that clip, that's crazy.
I love him. 너희들 잘 어울린다. backgrounders. backgrounders.
Once again, these people get millions and millions of comments. And somehow, JK always manages to find either Jikook comments or Jimin comments, despite millions of comments coming in. How did he find you guys look good together? And also, he did not have to read it out loud. He didn't have to. He could have ignored it, but he just had to read, you guys look good together. And Jimin was like, Jimin's reaction was, you guys.
I love him.
I don't know if it's just me, but, you know, JK kind of goes, I love him. Do you see that? I love him. Like, you see it, right?
I love him. 너희들 잘
Maybe Jikookers are doing too much, but I see it. I love him. I see it. I see it. Sorry. If you don't see it, that's okay. That's fine. We don't have to agree, but I see it. Because it's another thing that JK just has to read out loud. And let me tell you something. Between you and me, right? Between you and me, sometimes I think not everything JK reads is on there. Like, I honestly can't put it past him to just say some things just to get something across. Like, he pretend he's reading something, but it's just him saying it. Like, I believe that to be a fact. It can't be proven, but I can see him doing it 1,000%. I don't know if it's one of those times, but I love him. I don't know. I see it. I see it. And I can't get over Jimin's reactions to you guys look good together. I mean, oh boy. He knows they do look good together. He knows. He knows. There's something about that stood out to me. Of course, after other, people are pointing out and stuff like that. That when Jimin says, I missed you, like, the hug didn't flow. It's like either JK hesitated or he was taken aback or surprised, like something happened. But when Jimin pulled JK in for a hug, there was something, like, you saw that. Let's look at that in slow-mo. Some people, it came out of nowhere. It was the beginning of the live, and it's just the random thing they do where they shake hands, pretend to be strangers, and then but this time it's like Jimmy is like, oh, I missed you, and it's like, JK was surprised and he thought like Jimmy was gonna kiss him, and that's one theory. Another theory is that JK was just surprised when Jimin told him, I missed you, considering they're together, spending time together, sleeping in the same hotel. So it's like JK was a bit surprised. But theory number 3, which I think is very plausible, was that JK was going to burrow his head into Jimin's neck, like he normally does. JK does this a lot, where they hug and then he'll bury his face in Jimin's neck. So I think that's what he was, about to do, and then he didn't, and so that's where that was. Yeah, this clip was analyzed a lot. What are we gonna do? There's nothing to do. They've been MIA. What we're gonna do is analyze, isn't it?
라이브 하는 것보다 둘만 있는 게 좀 편하긴 하더라고요. 그쵸? 확실히.
not to take away from this moment. Like obviously Jikook are saying that Jikook like when they go live just the two of them, and I'm sure they do, but the context on this was that the first live they did after enlisting, they were surrounded by staff. They were surrounded by staff, and Jikook have never been fans of being supervised by staff members, so that's what they're saying. They like when there's no staff watching them when they're doing live. That's if you watch the whole context. That's what they were saying, that they like when it's just them members and no staff. I don't know if you guys have seen this 2020 Jikook live, but the staff was there and they were getting visibly annoyed. Like the whole live, the staff was really annoying them, like their presence, especially Jimin, was not enjoying the fact that they were being supervised. But also, before that live, this is the last time Jikook were together on live without supervision. And we all know what happened during this live. So I guess they that's why staff felt the need to supervise them. But yeah, Jikook do not like to be supervised.
자, 팁을 한번 준다면 이런 남자랑 결혼을 해야 행복하다. 하나씩.
제일 좋아하는 표현은?
그랬죠? 그랬죠?
So apparently those two clips sit at the same table. That's a couple in the street. I think they're being interviewed, and the way the wife talks and then touches the husband is the same way Jimin did to JK right here on this live. It's the way JK sips his water for me. Like the way JK reacted to that, to Jimin talking so softly and touching him, and he was like, okay, sips drink. I'm sure, you know, obviously they do this in private, but it's the way Jimin did it live that JK was like, okay. Nah, this live, oh, I'm obsessed with this live. We have to watch it like over and over, guys, because so much to unpack here.
마무리만 좀 11. 마무리. 저희 어렸을 때 그런 거 있었어요. 이 얘기만 하자면.
The way JK was going to touch Jimin, and then he caught himself, and then he looks at the camera like all guilty, like he forgot they were alive for a second, and he was just like, you know, reflex for him, like, oh, I love it. He was like, oh, oops, I'm live. JK, calm down, JK. I love it.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 나만 더워? 저도 little bit.
A random handshake in the middle of the live, because why not? Why not?
나 잡아줘. 들어가. 잡아줘. 들어가. 잡아줘. 에이. 일어났어. 에이. 해줘. 자.
아니 먼저 들어가세요.
싫다고요.
아 같이 그냥 끝. 난 반대인데.
아 싫어요.
왜 계세요 그러면? 눈치 보시죠.
Still talking about clips that sit at the same table. I think it's safe to say that this is how Jimin normally gets his way. This is how he gets JK to cave when he wants something. And have we talked about how JK is looking at him when Jimin is doing this?
왜 계세요 그러면?
What the fuck is that? What is that? And we are the Delulu ones. How? Make it make sense.
왜 계세요 그러면?
Bro. Moving on.
Look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what?
No, I did not make a mistake. We are still talking about clips that sit at the same table. And tell me that does not remind you of this. Those two clips are in the same WhatsApp group. All right? Jikook, bastard. Why? Because they fuck and they don't want us to know. So.
지민이 형, 지민이 형? 졸려서 가긴 갔는데 내가 봤을 때 무조건 게임해. 무조건 게임하고 있어 지금. 내가 알지. 그 형은 졸린데도 그 속으로 게임 하고 싶었던 하고 싶었던 거였을 거야. 한 판 하고 잘 거야, 한 판은.
JK saying I know is crazy. Like, yeah, you know, Jimin, you know, he's playing games. He's got to play games before he sleeps. I know, you know, I should know. Like, bro, nobody is refuting you. Like, why are you gonna say it like that? Does this remind you of any other moment by any chance?
정국이 와이프다. 정국이 잘한 것 같아요.
Jimin should know, just like JK knows. I want to talk about this moment that I found so funny. Like, obviously it's not that serious, but it's just so funny, and I think it's worth mentioning because it's just Jimin being like, you know, standing up for his man. It's been like, you know, JK did it fast. Like, okay, so they were listening to Golden from K-pop Demon Killers, K-pop Demon. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the show, but you know what I'm talking about. And then there were, you know, JK told Jimin there's a song called Golden and they were gonna listen to it. And Jimin immediately, he's like, do you know what Jungkook do Golden fast? Like, immediately he's like, where are they copying you? Where are they copying you? And then JK is like, no, it's okay, it just happens to be Golden too. It just happens to also have the same name. Then Jimin's like, it pisses me off. He says that twice. Like, he's not letting it go. Like, Golden, JK did it fast. Like, why are they calling it Golden when you have Golden? Even after they have listened to the song and they are done, Jimin is still like, JK's Golden came out fast. Like, look at JK's face. Like, he's enjoying that. Like, I just found this moment so amusing to me, honestly. Jimin was not going to let it go, but like, my boyfriend did Golden fast, okay? Just so we're clear. You copied JK, not the other way around. That was hilarious. I honestly had a kick out of that so much. It was funny to me.
안돼 이쪽이야. 나 아픈 쪽. 나 이제 거의 안 아픈데.
왜?
혹시 무서워서.
그래도
제가 귀 뜨면은 안 나아요. 꽤 오래 아파요.
그
회복이 느려요.
맞아. 난 진짜 회복 1티어인데 1티어. 0.01티어야 나.
그 사장님도 그렇잖아.
피어싱 사장님 저 그 링으로 바로 했는데 잘 안 물었습니다. 걱정 안 하셔도 됩니다.
Two things we learned from that moment. One, they recently got pierced together or at the same place by the same person. But either way, they, you know, I'm gonna go and say they got pierced together at the same time because they get tattooed together, they do everything together. So
지민아 그림 그려줄까?
아니?
형 그려줄까?
아니.
그림 그리기 할래?
여러분 인스타에 제가 이거 인스타에 제가 이거 올렸었잖아요. 얘가 그린 거예요. 이게 저라고 얘가 그린 거예요. 정국이가 아이 너 징계 받고 싶어? 아 얘는 나를 맨날 아 진짜 마음대로 그리네. 에이씨. 에이. 안 들어갔어요. 에이.
No, but that's hilarious. Also, Jimin threatening again to discipline JK. Like, what is his JK's disciplinarian? Like, what goes on? What goes on? Second of all, it's so cute that Jimin is clearly JK's muse. No arguments about it. No nothing. You come here to say that that's not true. We ain't hearing you. We ain't trying to listen to you. Because Jimin is JK's muse. End of.
너네가 행복하고 건강해서 감사합니다. 그런 말을 해주셔서 너무 감사하고 여러분들도 행복하시길 바랍니다. 진심으로.
After JK. Hello, after JK.
너네가 행복하고 건강해서 감사합니다. 그런 말을 해주셔서 너무 감사하고 여러분들도 행복하시길 바랍니다. 진심으로.
To be fair, if I got a chance to be that up close to Jimin, I would probably just stare at him too. I wouldn't be able to stop looking at him. So, JK, I ain't judging it.
이거 할 줄 알죠?
알죠.
근데 저는 한 바퀴밖에 못 돌려요.
저도 한 바퀴 이거 전에 이렇게.
신기하게 약간 돌리네. 우린 나 약간 이게 반동 주면서 했는데 나는
내가 이렇게
여기로 반동을 주는 거지 이렇게.
그래서 뭐 이런 거 있잖아. 있었어요. 예전에 저 어렸을 때도 중학생 때인가 그 긴 펜 가져와서 수업 시간에 그것만 손가락으로 돌리는 애가 있었어요. 근데 키가 엄청 컸어. 뭐 됐다는 거야.
Just saying is wild. Jimin, just saying is wild. He knew about this guy who could do that, way back in the days. And then Jimin just had to act like he was very tall. I'm just saying. Like, why? Why was that necessary? It is when you look at JK's reaction, then you're like, okay.
시간에 그것만 손가락으로 돌리는 애가 있었어요. 근데 키가 엄청 컸어. 뭐 됐다는 거야.
Jimin knows how his boyfriend can be sometimes. You don't need to tell him. He knows. He knows how JK can be. It's just like, well, I'm just telling a story. I'm just talking about it. Like, it's no big deal. I'm just saying. He was tall and he could do this. He was a tall guy. I'm just saying. Like, look at Jimin's face. Like, I'm just saying. Like, no, this is crazy, y'all. This is more people should have been talking about this moment because, nah, just saying it's crazy.
쓰레빠 끌고 나가서 사고 목걸이도 사고 남준 형이 모자 사주니까
Sure, JK, that was completely necessary. That seemed necessary.
있었지.
아니 자다가 깨가지고 와서 왜 영상 찍고 있냐고요.
그리고 다시 잤어요.
그러니까 그게 뭐예요? 자다를 와가지고 영상 찍고 가서 다시
아니 그냥 지민이 형 뭐 하나 하고 갔다가 자고 있으니까 그걸 찍고 나는.
I saw this post by Jion Catalyst on Tumblr and I have to agree with her. Like, anytime Jimin is telling these stories about how JK comes to his room, records him and then leaves or stays for a few hours and then leaves, we just, read between the lines, bro. Like, we just need to read between the lines. These two sleep in the same room. They share the same room. Like, they're a couple. It is what it is. But they can't just come out and say that. So Jimin is just gonna... First of all, Jimin uses this to tease JK. Just tether the line between exposing them and not exposing them. Like, this, it's like when Jimin pretends to kiss JK, right? He's just like... he's just playing with fire a little bit. Like, just trying to rile up JK. And it always works. It always works. But really, they were in the same room, in the same bed, and but Jimin can't like come out and say that. But on this clip, you can see it, like Jion Catalyst says here, the way Jimin, his actions, he's like, oh, so you just woke up, recorded me, and then went back to sleep. Like, why did he do that? Like, he could have said that, then went back to sleep, like points outside to show that JK left the room, but instead he was like, oh, you went back to sleep, meaning JK woke up, recorded him, and then continued sleeping next to him. I mean, this isn't surprising for anybody. They sleep together a lot and often. So, even that we have seen. Anyway.
그게 뭐예요? 자다를 와가지고 영상 찍고 갔었다고 했다. 저거 지민이랑 뭐 하나.
Yeah, that right there. So you just woke up, recorded, and then went back to sleep. Like, yeah, that right there just says everything that needs to be said, really.
얘랑 태영이 좀 운동을
크리스피 도넛 6개랑
진짜 운동을 너무
단 거 먹으니까 짠 게 땡기니까 또 내려가서 형이랑 같이 밥 먹고
그치
라면 먹고
그치
그게 지금 이 안에 다 들어가 있는 거야. 립밤 바를래?
좀 발발했어요.
Jimin is trying really hard to give us a Taekook story, and JK just won't let him. Like, Jimin tried to tell us, oh, JK and V, they work out, this and that, and then JK just keeps interrupting to tell us about what he ate, and JK did not want Jimin to tell that story. Full stop. That's what that is. So again, Jungkook not wanting to feed the trash cookers. Case in point. So while we're on the topic of how they normally take each other's photos, embarrassing photos while they're sleeping, I think it's interesting to note how JK said that there are very many funny photos. And Jimin agreed that, yeah, there's many. So they do this a lot. Basically, their galleries are full of each other. I mean, we be new. we be new.
사러 갔는데 사실 제가 옷을 사러 간 게 아니고 그냥 오늘 할 게 없어서 형들 윤경이랑 남준이 형 좀 쇼핑하고 싶다 해서 그냥 따라갔거든요.
네.
둘은 거의 아무것도 안 사고 저만 완전
나도 가고 싶었는데
큰 가방 이렇게 3개 이렇게 들고 왔어.
못 일어났어.
많이 사가지고.
Basically, Jimin is telling us that he went shopping with Namgi, but somewhere in there, JK comments and said, I also wanted to go, but I was sleeping.
네, 진짜 여러분들 너무 보고 싶더라고요. 너무 멋있었고.
아 그때 나
잤잖아요.
잔다고 못
네.
봤어.
Jimin, when he was watching J-Hope performing, once again, JK lets us know that he couldn't watch with Jimin because he was sleeping.
다 들어가고 또 남정이랑 또 아주 예쁜 얘기들을 하고 잤죠.
그때는 자고 있었지.
네. 아니 자다가 깨가지고 와서 왜 영상 찍고 있냐고요.
그리고 다시 잤어요.
Once again, when Minimoni were having a beautiful talk, JK couldn't be there because he was sleeping. I guess you guys are seeing the pattern here, right? When Jimin is telling a story, JK has to come in and be like, just so you know, I could have been there, but I was sleeping. Like, they know they're always together all the time and stuff like that. So if JK was not there, he has to let us know why. He has to, give us the excuse, let us know like why he wasn't there. Because where there's Jungkook, there's Jimin. Love to see it! There are, of course, other moments, but those were the moments that were especially significant to me from this live, in case you missed them. I just, Jikook, they're just, they're everything. They're absolutely everything. So hopefully I'm gonna be able to drop more videos, drop more content. I'm gonna do my best. I promise I will try very, very hard not to disappear. But if I do, I hope you remember why. But I won't be gone for long. I am here. I am not going anywhere. I promise.
여기서 징계받은 뭐? 너가 어떻게 징계줄 건데? 너가 어떻게 징계줄 건데?
안 자고 싶어?
So basically, when Jimin is done punishing JK will not be able to sleep. Take that in, okay? That's what I'm leaving you with, just so you know. that when when Jimin punishes JK doesn't sleep. So wonder how he does that. Wonder how Jimin punishes JK. Let's wonder together. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Subscribe. I always forget to say this. I think you're supposed to like, subscribe. It's free. And I will see you in the next video.